Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of the Terra Weekly Roundup. I'm your host, Joseph, from Casa Crypto. So, this week we're going to be covering the biggest and latest news that happened in the Terra ecosystem. And we've had a very busy week, so we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it. So the first news that came out of this week, the biggest one, is coming from Prism Protocol. Prism Protocol, I know everyone is excited for it, touched upon them last week. They're going to be the token principal breaking asset protocol. I just don't even know how to describe them because they're just so interesting and unique. This is the place where you're going to be able to separate your Luna into Y Luna and P Luna and be able to benefit from the yield and the principal action of the Luna token. So they've started their token launches. They're going to go through a 4-phase, the very first one being the token valuation period. So this is basically going to be just you inserting your UST, and no matter how much UST is in that pool, it will define the price of the token. So in goes your UST, out comes some Prism tokens. So this could be a good opportunity to capture some nice Prism token bags, but definitely going to be some risk involved in this. Terra Ecosystem token launches are known to be a little bit volatile, especially when they're first launching. So definitely be on the lookout for something like I guess some people may be dropping this token the instant that they can sell. So there is no vesting period, so be warned when you enter your money into this. Definitely do not go into this thinking that you're going to become a millionaire. Next up is going to be Astroport. Astroport started amplifying their pools. Amplifying pools is essentially a net positive to the DEX user who's just going to there to swap their B Luna Luna. So specifically, the B Luna Luna pool has had their amplification rate increase, and this essentially just means that the rates are going to go down. You're going to have better transactions, so you're going to be getting the same exact amount of B Luna for Luna. So it's just going to make it an overall much more seamless and efficient way to transfer and swap your assets. This is probably going to be a net negative for anyone who's providing LPs on Astroport right now. Since the pool is going to be so efficient, the fees are probably going to take a hit here too. So definitely be on the lookout for this. And yeah, I think in related news, we're going to be talking about Spectrum. And so Spectrum, as you guys know, they've launched their poll. Okay, so since this tweet has gone out, they have launched. They've launched the Astro UST, the Luna UST, and the B Luna Luna pools. And these pools are actually pretty shockingly low. When I was looking at them, the B Luna Luna pool was only showing about an 11% APY. So definitely going to be worth considering the best options. I know this is going to restructure my strategies. So yeah, definitely look at what's going on with their pools. Definitely some interesting things. Beyond that, the Spectrum team has given us a little bit of insight as to their second roadmap, what's coming to their protocol for the next year. So I'm really excited for them to release this second roadmap. They've done some great things and they always delivered. Next up in the auto compounder war is going to be Apollo. Last week I didn't cover Apollo because they kind of had a little bit of I guess falling off on the news perspective on reporting what's going on with their protocol. This week, though, they did not disappoint. They released their second deep dive that's kind of just giving an overview and the overall trajectory for them. So think hedge fund, but a hedge fund that you can control with their token, and you will be able to decide what this hedge fund invests in. Specifically, it invests in all of your favorite protocols to come. It's going to invest in Mars, it's going to invest in Nexus, and I believe it's going to invest in White Whale. So definitely look into this. Definitely check out this thread. They detail a lot of the future upcomings for their protocol. Next up is going to be some more macro scale coverings of the Terra ecosystem. So Degen Strats Part 4 has come out, coming from the same chief intern, Zon now. So yeah, regardless, the Agora proposal has now gone live, and this is going to be further pushing UST cross-chain. Specifically, it's going to be going to an Ethereum Phantom, or this is a Phantom-based Phantom Avalanche, and I believe another chain-based money market, as well as another one that's going to be just an Ethereum-based one. So it's going to be a great way to be putting UST into more liquidity pools sooner rather than later. Most money markets going to be using UST because it's in a unique position to become the least expensive money to use to borrow on all of these different financial systems. So this is a great step into the overall grand picture. And I think a little bit into more of bigger news is going to be Do Kwon's LFG.org announcement. So this is just, it's been a complete, it's completely lit up the entire Twitter sphere, especially on January 12th when he sent this out. Everyone did not expect this to be coming, but it's playing along the whole redacted joke. Everyone is saying redacted, we're going to $1 million, but this is going to be the redacted news of the century, I feel. The main speculations right now is that this right side of the logo is either a Mastercard play on, so they're using the Luna and the other side of the logo to play on a Mastercard logo. But I also think that another side of it is that this is a Bitcoin sponsor or just a Bitcoin treasury fund. So I believe that this is going to be a Bitcoin symbol once it gets revealed. And Do Kwon has alluded to getting Bitcoin, Ethereum, the main blue chips to be backing funds for Luna so that the death spiral narrative can once and for all be put to rest. So it wouldn't surprise me if this was MasterCard, but it wouldn't. I'm leaning towards it being more of a treasury fund being secured thing. Next up, we're going to be having Nexus Protocol. And this is probably my favorite news of the entire week because I think it's just a testament to what content creators on Twitter and even in general what the Terra community can do. So Friday, January 14th, they released they did a Twitter space. And in this Twitter space, they were joined by Lunaomics. I'll review a Lunaomics thread later on when I give my community shout out. But this week, Nexus essentially got together with Lunaomics and a lot of the members of the community and announced the overall trajectory of their protocol. And they have announced some great pools that are upcoming. Specifically, the ones I'm excited for are going to be the Leverage B asset strategy and then the on-chain rebalancer bot. Both of these are going to be operating differently. The Leverage B asset is, you guessed it, it's going to be involving the B Luna anchor vault. And it's going to be just using Lunaomics' strategy of using your borrow power to efficiently buy B Luna or just Luna as you're going up in price action. So definitely a great vault for when Luna is in a bull run. The next one's going to be the on-chain rebalancer. This is basically the best of both worlds for a Luna UST provider. Since you're providing with a stable coin, you're going to be exposing yourself to some pool variations and some impermanent loss. This vault is essentially going to rebalance those issues, and this vault was specifically contributed to by Cefi, and that is just super exciting to see that basically a protocol is taking on these strategies that are developed by members of the community and implementing them and using their smart contract features to make them thrive. So super exciting to see that happening. As you can see, they gave reference to Cefi. But if you guys want more insight onto how this strategy works, definitely check out this thread. They provide a lot of explanation, and I believe this Twitter space was also recorded. So check out Terra Space, their Twitter, and you'll be able to catch the space that was recorded. Next up is going to be Stader. They've definitely been really busy this week. They went ahead and implemented the mirror vaults that I mentioned last week. So now you can actually deposit your Luna X into a mirror yield pool, and you'll be actually yielding different APYs. Mirror has kind of been struggling in terms of having some attractive APYs to bring people. So this is just another way for you to be able to stake your Luna and then earn more yield on top of that. So if you're going to be long-term holding Luna, why not delta neutral yield farm on mirror? And beyond that, Stader has also launched their token. They're going to be launching their public token sale. So they're going to be doing it on CoinList. And it's going to be really interesting because on CoinList, the prices have been significantly adjusted and different than what LP providers or miners have been getting. Miners have been mining Stader tokens at about 35 cents. But on CoinHall, you will be they'll be releasing it for two different vesting periods for $3.33 and then $4.50. In the end, this is incredibly bullish for anyone who's been mining Stader tokens. This is automatically a great little token of appreciation to early Luna users. Moving on, we're going to be touching on the cash news. This is huge. KashDefi has been announced as a MasterPath, basically a startup program recipient. And they're going to be going through this program with Mastercard, giving them the resources to execute what they want to do, which is essentially merge blockchain and then financial tools to manage your crypto yields. So this is really exciting. And I think this is part of a larger narrative that's going on in the Terra ecosystem, which is a lot of real world use case wars right now. And it seems like everyone's in a race to get the next debit card listed. This is a great testament to what KashDefi has been able to do. So it would not surprise me if they were the first ones to enable a Terra native card. But it kind of shaked up the little foundations of everything is going on here. In a similar news, Kado, they're kind of going for a similar kind of product. They right now have live abilities for you to be able to use your UST to purchase real world items, but they do not have the on-ramp. An on-ramp being you can take your debit card and essentially just launch UST straight into your Terra ecosystem and be able to buy things or send it to your Anchor protocol. Kado has launched their waitlist. They allude to when they're going to be doing it, but they actually don't tell you. So definitely a very odd situation that's going on here. No one's really announcing things, and that pattern kind of gets followed by Outlet Finance. Outlet Finance has done a little bit better about it, though. They do say that they're going to be launching their card next week, or they'll be starting to roll them out. I, to be honest, want to see this happen. Outlet Finance was infamous for being the team that still has the pinned tweet that says that they will have the first debit cards for American users on Terra live next month. And they said that in October 25th. So this is not to say that they're not going to stand by their word, but the debit card wars are definitely being waged. And this is at a time when Alice Finance has completely gone silent. I believe Alice has not even tweeted since November 11th, 2021. So not a good look on when it comes to these offerings. And in grand trajectory, one would think that this is going to be a main priority for people to be able to do. You have to provide real world use cases for UST. If you want to provide a better form of money, you have to connect it to the real world, and you have to connect it to real assets and real world use cases. So definitely going to keep an eye on that. So this is going to start the quick news section. Just kind of want to hit some live points. Did run upon this announcement from Glow Yield. It's going to be kind of a lotto / community DAO oriented program where you can win a pool of money. I don't really get involved much with these. If you guys want to, definitely check them out. They did give an airdrop of Glow tokens, so definitely go grab your Glow tokens if you've been an Anchor liquidity provider in Anchor UST, or if you've been staking Anchor or you've been staking Luna. The snapshot was taken back in October or September, so odds are you probably have some money in here. Next up, we're going to be having the Leap Wallet news. So Leap Wallet has actually gone through and integrated Anchor protocol. And you'll be able to now go to Anchor using your Leap wallet and borrow. And that's a main staple in the Terra ecosystem. So I can definitely see some people going to be using the Leap wallet now. Beyond that, they're also included NFTs. So further bringing us into the NFT world, great to see another wallet that's onboarding that. Next up is going to be White Whale. White Whale has launched their governance staking now. At the time of recording, staking yields were about 16% APR. So definitely consider staking with them. If you're bullish, White Whale is that arbitrager, and they're an OG protocol. Their token has kind of been suffering in the price marks right now, but they still have great following, and they're still staying involved. So definitely be on the lookout for more coming from them. Next up is going to be Anchor. Anchor seems to be just kind of going through more developmental things. They had a really quiet week outside of the Leap wallet integration. This week, they did announce that they were requesting $403,000 to conduct a full protocol audit, specifically focusing on their cross-chain wormhole audit. And this is really important for when Anchor wants to start providing B assets from different ecosystems. So big of proposal there. Definitely go check that out. Next up, we're going to be focusing on community contributions. And man, when this week was just full of jam-packed news, community members providing value to that has been massive. So this week is going to be coming from Patryk. I'm sorry if I did not pronounce that correctly, but I'm assuming it's Patrick. But regardless, thank you so much for your threads. Definitely everyone, please give Agile a follow. This thread, along with all the other threads, will be in the description. So incredible content from him. He's been kind of supplying everyone with just the down low on how to most efficiently use strategies throughout the ecosystem that pop up. And he is actually really not that followed. So everyone, please go give him a follow. Check out his content. He's been really contributing to my understandings of LPs and the best ways to stack Luna. So if you want to get some more Luna, definitely check him out. Next up, we're going to be shouting out Lunaomics. Obviously, Lunaomics has done something incredible by partnering with a protocol and then giving them the principal strategy and then getting them to actually implement the vault to do that strategy. So thank you, Lunaomics, for benefiting the rest of the community. But that it doesn't even stop there. He provides a thread that massively breaks down how to use LPs to your benefit. And it's not even just this thread, because then he discovers that this strategy works even more. It works in your favor if you go up in value in your LP pair. So definitely check out Lunaomics' threads this week. There were several. All of his spaces are very informative. He's just been on an absolute rampage. And despite some little cross-sword fighting with Danku, they seem to have worked it out. And they're going to be contributing more content that is just going to be amazing. So this is going to be the end of the video, but since you decided to stick around so long, I'm going to reward you guys with some of my more of my deep dive research. These are just going to be kind of some speculative things that I came across during the week. So this week I did run into Atlo. Atlo protocol is a lesser known community ran launchpad that's going to be completely ran through community governance. And interestingly enough, they were announced to have been invested by Kujiri Ventures, and Kujiri Ventures is the team that is behind Team Kujira. So that is an interesting little thing right there. So it wouldn't surprise me if we find out that Atlo has partnered with Kuji, and I'm biased when it comes to Kuji. I enjoy their protocol, and I think that they have a long-term vision. So really exciting to see this happen. Lastly, this was probably my most speculative deep dive that I found, is this group called Proteus Finance. They're not really that active, but it seems like they're building the next generation of Wealthfront. Almost. If you don't know what Wealthfront is, it's essentially robo AI data-driven investing, to where you can just drop some money in there and they will automatically invest into the market according to your risk tolerance. They are applying that concept, but doing it to DeFi. They're advertising for yields of upwards of 100% on your stable coins. This is going to be completely life-changing if they can deliver on this. And the reason why I wanted to report on this, and the reason why I felt comfortable reporting on this, was because of who I saw was following them. S.J. Parker, who works for special projects at Terra Money. That could be, yes, I know, this is very speculative. Did I go through someone's Twitter profile just to say that this is credible? Yes, I did. But I just think that it's very interesting to see that special projects at Terra Money is following this account. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on them. And that's going to be the end of the video. So thank you to anyone who has stuck around this long. I really appreciate you guys supporting the videos, supporting the Twitter threads, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Remember, first and foremost, nothing that I've given you guys in this video or in the thread is financial advice. Please take everything I say with a grain of salt, and I will catch you guys next week for episode 3. See ya.